11. Talk to yourself. Years ago, when I was a litigation lawyer who had many of the material trappings of success yet little in the way of inner peace, I read a book called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. The book discussed the enormous power of the human mind to shape our reality and attract great happiness and prosperity into our lives. The work also mentioned the profound influence of the words and language we use on a daily basis to create a more enlightened pathway of thought. Fascinated, I began to read more and more wisdom and self-help literature. And as I did, I discovered the profound impact and importance of the words we use in our daily communications, both with others and with ourselves, on the quality of our lives. This knowledge also caused me to become aware of the personal dialogue that each of us has going on within us every minute of every hour of every day, and to vow to improve the content of what I was saying to myself. To achieve this, I began to apply a strategy developed by the ancient sages over 5,000 years ago, and, in many ways, it changed my life. The technique is a simple one and involves nothing more than selecting a phrase that you will train your mind to focus on at different times throughout the day until it begins to dominate your awareness and reshape the person you are. If it is inner peace and calm you seek, the phrase, known as a mantra, might be, I am so grateful that I am a serene and tranquil person. If it is more confidence that you want, your mantra could be, I am delighted that I am full of confidence and boundless courage. If it is material prosperity you are after, your saying might be, I am so grateful that money and opportunity is flowing into my life. Repeat your mantras softly under your breath as you walk to work, as you wait in line, or as you wash the dishes to fill otherwise unproductive times of your day with a powerful life improvement force. Try to say your personal phrase at least 200 times a day for at least 4 weeks. The results will be profound as you take one giant step to finding the peace, prosperity, and purpose your life requires. As Hazrat Inayat Khan said, the words that enlighten the soul are more precious than jewels. 12. Schedule worry breaks. After I wrote The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, I was flooded with letters from readers who saw their lives change from the lessons they discovered on becoming happier, more fulfilled, and more peaceful in these stress-crazed times. Many of the letters came from people whose work lives had grown so busy that they spent most of their free time worrying about things that should have been left at the office. They had lost the ability to laugh, love, and share joy with their families because challenges at work were consuming them. Too many people are spending the best years of their lives stuck in a state of constant worry. They worry about their jobs, the bills, the environment, and their kids. And yet we all know deep in our hearts that most of the things we worry about never happen. It's like that great saying of Mark Twain's, I've had a lot of trouble in my life, some of which actually happened. My father, a particularly wise man who has had a deep influence on my own life, once told me that the Sanskrit character for funeral pyre is strikingly similar to the Sanskrit character for worry. I'm surprised, I replied. You shouldn't be, son, he gently offered. One burns the dead while the other burns the living. I know how dramatically the worry habit can reduce one's quality of life. From personal experience, while in my late 20s, I was on the so-called fast track to success. I had received 2 law degrees from one of the country's most prestigious law schools, served as the law clerk for a chief justice, and was handling highly complex cases as a litigation lawyer. But I was often working too hard and worrying too much. I was waking up on Monday morning with a sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach and a deep sense that I was wasting my talents on work that was not aligned with the person I was. So I began to search for ways to improve my life, turning first to the self-help and life leadership literature, where I found a wealth of lessons for a more balanced, peace-filled, and meaningful existence. One of the simple strategies I learned to conquer the worry habit was to schedule specific times to worry, what I now call worry breaks. If we are facing a difficulty, it is easy to spend all our waking hours focusing on it. Instead, I recommend that you schedule fixed times to worry, say, 30 minutes. Every evening, during this worry session, you may wallow in your problems and brood over your difficulties, but after that period ends, you must train yourself to leave your troubles behind and do something more productive, such as going for a walk in natural surroundings, or reading an inspirational book, or having a heart-to-heart conversation with someone you love. If during other times of the day you feel the need to worry, jot down what you want to worry about in a notebook which you can then bring to your next worry break. This simple but powerful technique will help you gradually reduce the amount of time you spend worrying and eventually serve to eliminate this habit forever. 13. Model a child. A while ago, I took my 4-year-old son Colby to an Italian restaurant for lunch. It was a beautiful autumn day and, as usual, my young son was full of energy and joy. We both ordered pasta for our main course and then started to enjoy the freshly baked bread our waiter had brought. Little did I know that Colby was about to teach his father yet another lesson in the art of living. Rather than eating the bread whole as most adults do, Colby took a different, far more creative approach. He began to scoop out the warm, soft part of the bread and left the crust intact. In other words, he had the wisdom to focus on the best part of the bread and leave the rest. Someone once said to me at a seminar, children come to us more highly evolved than adults to teach us the lessons we need to learn. And on that fine day, my little boy reminded me that as so-called grown-ups, we spend too much time focusing on the crust of life, rather than on all the good things that flow in and out of our days. We focus on our challenges at work, the pile of bills we have to pay and the lack of time to do all those things we need to do. But our thoughts do form our world, and what we think about does grow in our lives. What we focus on will determine our destiny, and so we must start focusing on the good stuff. In the weeks ahead, make the time to connect to your more playful side, the child within you. Take the time to study the positive qualities of children and model their ability to stay energized, imaginative and completely in the moment, no matter what might be going on around them. And as you do, remember the powerful words of Leo Rawson, who observed, "You can understand and relate to most people better if you look at them, no matter how impressive they may be, as if they are children." For most of us never really grow up or mature all that much. We simply grow taller. Oh, to be sure, we laugh less and play less and wear uncomfortable disguises like adults, but beneath the costume is the child we always are, whose needs are simple, whose daily life is still best described by fairy tales. 14. Remember, genius is 99% inspiration. The celebrated inventor Thomas Edison is well known for his statement, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration." While I believe that hard work is essential to a life of real success and fulfillment, I think that being filled with a deep sense of inspiration and commitment to making a difference in the world is an even more important attribute. All of the great geniuses of the world were inspired and driven by their desire to enrich the lives of others. When you study their lives, you will discover that this desire became almost an obsession for most of them. It consumed them and occupied every cell of their minds. Edison was inspired to manifest the visions he saw on the picture screen of his imagination into reality. Jonas Salk, who discovered the polio vaccine, was inspired to help others from suffering from this dreaded affliction. And Marie Curie, the great Nobel Prize-winning scientist, was inspired to serve humanity through her discovery of radium. As Woodrow Wilson said, "You are not here to merely make a living. You are here in order to enable the world to live more amply, with greater vision, with a finer spirit of hope and achievement. You are here to enrich the world, and you impoverish yourself if you forget the errand." How inspired are you in your own life? Do you jump out of bed on Monday mornings, or do you simply lie there with a sense of emptiness flooding through your body? If your level of inspiration is lower than you know it should be, read a good self-help book or listen to a motivating audiocassette program. Attend a public lecture by someone you admire, or spend a few hours studying the biography of one of your heroes. Start spending time with people who are passionate about what they are doing in their lives and dedicated to making the best out of life. With a healthy dose of inspiration, you will quickly raise your life to a whole new plane of living. 15. Care for the temple. A few months ago, I had lunch with a colleague in the speaking profession. As we discussed the things we did in our lives to stay focused, balanced and at our peak amid the demands of our busy schedules, he made a powerful point. "Robin," he said, "many people regularly go to a church or temple to stay grounded and centered. I'm a little different. I go to the gym, that's my temple." He added that no matter how busy he is, at 5:30 p.m. he closes his office and makes the daily pilgrimage to his gym to run a few miles on the treadmill. Nothing can stop him from taking this time to ensure his health and happiness. My friend's observation made me think of a saying of the ancient Romans that I quoted in my first book, Mega Living, Mens sana in corpore sano, which is Latin for, in a sound body rests a sound mind. It also made me realize that our bodies need to be treated like temples and considered sacred if we hope to live life fully and completely. Regular exercise will not only improve your health, it will help you think more clearly, boost creativity, and manage the relentless stress that seems to dominate our days. And research has proven that exercise will not only add life to your years, it could add years to your life. 1 study of 18,000 Harvard alumni found that every hour spent on exercise added 3 hours to the participants' lives. Few investments will yield a better return than time spent on physical fitness. And remember, those who don't make time for exercise must eventually make time for illness. In my own life, I have set the goal of swimming 5 times a week. There is something special about the renewing power of swimming that I cannot begin to describe. I wish I could say I achieve this goal every single week, but I can't. Yet, having such a lofty objective keeps me focused on how important staying in peak physical condition is for my overall well-being and to the quality of my life. Without fail, every workout in the swimming pool brings the same results. I feel energized, serene, balanced, and happy. And my exercise sessions also bring me something that I feel is truly priceless: perspective. After my 40-minute swims, any challenges I might be struggling with seem smaller, any worries I have become trivial, and I find myself living fully in the present moment. The act of caring for my physical temple reminds me that life's greatest pleasures are often life's simplest ones. 16. Learn to be silent. William Wordsworth sagely observed, "When from our better selves we have too long been parted by the hurrying world, sick of its business, of its pleasures. Tired, how gracious, how benign is solitude. When was the last time you made the time to be silent and still? When was the last time you carved out a chunk of time to enjoy the power of solitude to restore, refocus, and revitalize your mind, body, and spirit?" All of the great wisdom traditions of the world have arrived at the same conclusion: to reconnect with who you really are as a person and to come to know the glory that rests within you, you must find the time to be silent on a regular basis. Sure, you are busy, but as Thoreau said, it is not enough to be busy, so are the ants. The question is, what are you so busy about? The importance of silence makes me think about the story of an old lighthouse keeper. The man had only a limited amount of oil to keep his beacon lit so that passing ships could avoid the rocky shore. One night, a man who lived close by needed to borrow some of this precious commodity to light his home. So the lighthouse keeper gave him some of his own. Another night, a traveler begged for some oil to light his lamp so he could keep on traveling. The lighthouse keeper also complied with this request and gave him the amount he needed. The next night, the lighthouse keeper was awakened by a mother banging on his door. She prayed for some oil so that she could illuminate her home and feed her family. Again he agreed. Soon all his oil was gone and his beacon went out. Many ships ran aground and many lives were lost because the lighthouse keeper forgot to focus on his priority. He neglected his primary duty and paid a high price. Experiencing solitude, for even a few minutes a day, will keep you centered on your highest life priorities and help you avoid the neglect that pervades the lives of so many of us. And saying that you don't have enough time to be silent on a regular basis is a lot like saying you are too busy driving to stop for gas. Eventually it will catch up with you. 17. Think about your ideal neighborhood. One of the things I have done along my quest for self-knowledge is to make a list of all the people I wished lived next door to me. These are men and women from both the past and present who I would love to be able to drop in on for a quick cup of tea every once in a while and share a laugh with from time to time. The very act of listing your ideal neighbors will connect you to many of the values and traits you respect the most in people and, in doing so, help you to discover more about yourself as a person. It is also a fun way to spend 30 minutes of your life. Here are some of the people on my list: Norman Vincent Peale, the famed author of The Power of Positive Thinking; Henry David Thoreau, the great American philosopher and the author of Walden, one of my favorite books; Baltasar Gracian, the Jesuit scholar who became one of Spain's greatest writers; Billie Holiday, the great jazz singer; Nelson Mandela, the freedom fighter; Og Mandino, self-help author of such classics as A Better Way to Live and University of Success; Mother Teresa, the respected humanitarian; Richard Branson, the British tycoon and adventurer; Pierre Elliott Trudeau, the colorful Canadian Prime Minister; Miles Davis, the legendary trumpeter; Muhammad Ali, the world champion boxer; Benjamin Franklin, the renowned statesman. Take a moment right now to jot down some of the people whom you wished lived on your street. Then think about the qualities that make these men and women so admirable and how you might foster such qualities in your own life. The first step to realizing your life vision is defining it. And the first step to becoming the person you want to be is identifying the traits of the person you want to be. 18. Get up early. Getting up early is a gift you give to yourself. Few disciplines have the power to transform your life as does the habit of early rising. There is something very special about the first few hours of the morning. Time seems to slow down and a deep sense of peace fills the air. Joining the 5 o'clock club will allow you to start controlling your day rather than letting your day control you. Winning the battle of the bed and putting mind over mattress by rising early will provide you with at least one quiet hour for yourself during the most crucial part of your day, the beginning. If spent wisely, the rest of your day will unfold in a wonderful way. In The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, I challenged readers to get up with the sun and offered a number of ideas to help them cultivate this new life. Discipline. From the many letters, emails and faxes I have received from people who have improved the quality of their lives by getting up at 5 a.m., I can safely say that this is one success principle that is really worth integrating into your life. In doing so, you will join the ranks of many of the most influential people of our time, ranging from Mahatma Gandhi, Thomas Edison and Nelson Mandela to Ted Turner and Mary Kay Ash. One reader of The Monk, a marketing executive, wrote that her stress level fell so dramatically once she started rising early that her team at the office presented her with a paperweight bearing the following inscription: to our MIP, most improved player. Whatever you are doing, keep doing it. You are an inspiration to us all. A consummate late riser, she vowed to stop sleeping in and spending her days making up for time lost while under the blanket. So while her family and the world around her slept, she began to get up first at 6 a.m., then at 5:30 a.m. and finally at 5 a.m. During the free time that she found she had created, she would do all the things she loved to do but had somehow never found time for. Listening carefully to classical music, writing letters, reading the classics and walking were just some of the activities that she used to rekindle her spirit and reconnect with a part of herself she thought she had lost. By getting up early, she began to care for herself again, and by doing so, she became a much better parent, spouse and professional. To cultivate the habit of getting up earlier, the first thing to remember is that it is the quality rather than the quantity of sleep that matters most. It is better to have 6 hours of uninterrupted sleep than 10 hours of restless, broken sleep. Here are 4 tips to help you sleep more deeply. Don't rehearse the activities of your day while you are lying in bed trying to get to sleep. Don't eat after 8 p.m. If you have to eat something, have soup. Don't watch the news before you go to sleep. Don't read in bed. Give yourself a few weeks for this new habit to take hold. Saying that you tried to get up early but gave up after 7 days because it was just too hard is like saying you tried taking French lessons for a week but gave up because you could not speak the language by then. Life change takes time, effort and patience, but the results you will receive make the initial stress you experience more than worth it. 19. See your troubles as blessings. During the life leadership seminars I give, I often ask the participants this question: who would agree with me that we learn the most from our most difficult experiences? Inevitably, nearly every hand in the room goes up. Given this, I often wonder why we, as human beings, spend so much of our lives focusing on the negative aspects of our most difficult experiences rather than seeing them for what they truly are, our greatest teachers. You would not have the wisdom and knowledge you now possess were it not for the setbacks you have faced, the mistakes you have made and the suffering you have endured. Once and for all, come to realize that pain is a teacher and failure is the highway to success. You cannot learn how to play the guitar without hitting a few wrong notes, and you will never learn how to sail if you are not willing to tip the boat over a few times. Begin to see your troubles as blessings. Resolve to transform your stumbling blocks into stepping stones, and vow to turn your wounds into wisdom. Like most people, I have encountered my own share of pain as I have advanced along the path of life, but I always try to remind myself that our character is shaped, not through life's easiest experiences, but during life's toughest ones. It is during life's most trying times that we discover who we really are and the fullness of the strength that lies within us. If you are currently experiencing challenges of your own, I respectfully offer the following words of Rainer Maria Rilke, which have helped me greatly when life throws one of its curves my way. Have patience with everything that remains unsolved in your heart. Try to love the questions themselves, like locked rooms and like books written in a foreign language. Do not now look for the answers. They cannot now be given to you because you could not live them. It is a question of experiencing everything. At present, you need to live the question. Perhaps you will gradually, without even noticing it, find yourself experiencing the answer some distant day. 20. Laugh more. According to one study, the average 4-year-old laughs 300 times a day, while the average adult laughs about 15 times a day. With all the obligations, stresses, and activities that fill our days, we have forgotten how to laugh. Daily laughter has been shown to elevate our moods, promote creativity, and give us more energy. Comedian Steve Martin reportedly laughs for 5 minutes in front of the mirror every morning to get his creative juices flowing and to start his day on a high note. Try it, it works. Laughter therapy has even been used to cure illnesses and heal those with serious ailments. As William James, the father of modern psychology, observed, "We don't laugh because we are happy. We are happy because we laugh." A friend of mine, always known for his wise ways, made it his New Year's resolution one year to laugh more. Every few weeks, he would go to his local video store and rent a Three Stooges movie or buy a new book of humor, which he would then dip into when he had a few free moments during the course of his day. A positive person already, he began to notice that he felt even happier and started to laugh even more than before he undertook this personal development initiative, because of all the humor he surrounded himself with and the new awareness it created in his life. He also began to see the lighter side of things and no longer experienced the level of stress he had felt in his professional pursuits. This simple discipline raised him to a whole new level of living and effectiveness. Why not follow my friend's lead and head down to your local video store to stock up on the latest funny movies? Then pick up a few books, perhaps something from Gary Larson's Far Side series or the much-read Dilbert cartoons, to stimulate your laughter habit. Reconnect to your playful side and enjoy the wonders of a deep belly laugh.